tutorial starts with a song, but it's only a few seconds long.
Computer animation. Computer animation. Computer animation.
Let's get started with animation. This animation is just showing you how I use the Hinge constraint. There are a few other things here. For example, there's motion blur. Let me just stop that video right here. You see lots of motion blur going on. And another thing is that in the background we have this circling motion, which is a ramp. It's very, very simple, really. I show you how the scene is built, and then I show you the hinge, and then we're done. This is a scene. We have a background, and we have these swinging objects. I sometimes think they look more interesting from the side, really. They have two force fields, an air field and a gravity field. It has a magnitude of 0 right here, and if you start with an air magnitude which is 4, it's pretty mild, this effect. But if you raise this, say, to 50, set another keyframe here at the very beginning of the animation with the right mouse click, you get quite a drastic motion. So the wind blows from this direction. Let us have a look here at the shader. I used an AI flat shader. I don't have a light in the scene, and the AI flat just renders okay. It just doesn't, it's just a flat shader, nothing else. And this is the color here. I mapped it with a ramp, and I put the ramp to radial. And the radial ramp behaves like this. It rotates like this. And how did I make it rotate? By rotating it here in the rotate place to the texture settings here. And these are basically the two colors, and they change over time. For example, here it's more blue and bluish. You see that I changed this color here, and this is very easy how I did it. I set keyframes here. This is just a list of the keyframes. I just set the keyframes right here with the right mouse click. I just changed the color here. I want to show you the hinge, and maybe this object here. Press the key F to get closer to it and give it another color. New material, and maybe just as here in the animation I showed you, a flat color. It just renders. It's amazing. This is what it does. Okay, we'll rotate it, and with the key J we can rotate it in segments, so we get a vertical arrangement now. Now, if you don't know where the hinge constraint is, go to Help, find Menu, and type in Hinge. And you see it's under FX. That means you need the FX menu set here. Under Fields and Solvers, which is here, and then create Hinge Constraint. Thank you very much. Fields and Solvers, and pin Hinge Constraint. So I selected the plane, and I click on Create Hinge Constraint now, and I get this constraint here, which in the case of my animation I just moved up. Nothing else. I could move it up even further. It's not attached to that surface. It doesn't have to do anything with the surface anyway. So now I can start the swinging process, and of course it doesn't swing because it doesn't have gravity. And it needs gravity in order to, well, to relax after a swinging process. So let's create gravity. It's right here. And what I can do now is I just, well, rotate it like this. And now I get this swinging motion here. Extend the frame range to, say, 500. That's all there is. It's a very nice and very simple effect, very straightforward. You can add a turbulence field if you like, which will have no big effect really, because it's not the hinge constraint actually constrains it to that axle. So it cannot rotate like this, which it would like to do with the turbulence field. But when we increase the turbulence, of course, there's some more swinging, quite odd swinging here. And all I wanted to say is have a nice day. Bye bye.